Hello, 6th grade, and welcome to week 2 of our online instruction. So before we get started with anything else, our work this week is going to be kind of building upon what we learned last week. So if you are missing anything, please take a chance to go back, especially the Edpuzzle video will be extremely helpful to you because it shows all of the different methods of heat transfer and how they work. I would also urge you that if you are having trouble understanding what it is, either reach out to me during my office hours, or you can do supplementary research through YouTube or different resources. You are not bound by the resources I give you. Use your own research skills and look things up as well, because sometimes things will make sense to me, but you might need other ways to help them make sense to you. Just a quick kind of review of the different methods of heat transfer. Conduction is when materials are directly touching one another. So one thing touching another, like your hand touching a hot stove. The hot stove would transfer energy to your hand, which would make your hand hurt because now it's hot. Convection is kind of like a boiling pot of water where near the bottom of the pot is going to be the most warm, and that is going to be where the heat is coming in, and that water from the bottom is going to flow up towards the top, and the top water is going to sink towards the bottom to be warmed, and it's going to continue in a circle with heat rising and cold sinking. Radiation energy is when it's traveling through open space. Kind of like if you're sitting like 5 feet away from a fire pit and you still feel the fire on your, like the heat from the fire on your skin. So for this week, you guys are going to be completing a project. For this project, you are going to choose one of 3 possible choices. So for this project, I want you to kind of think, right now we're in a space where we're stuck at home. A lot of places aren't operating the way they normally are. So I want you to think about if your stove were to go out at your house, how would you actually utilize these skills that we're learning from science to create something that can help you cook food for your family? Now, you can use the different methods of heat transfer that we asked you. For any of these 3 project plans, you guys are going to be using those different methods of heat transfer. The more that you use, the more effective your plan is going to be. So, when you have an idea of which one of these you're going to do, you are going to click into the project plan Google form. It gives just a brief reminder of what each of the 3 methods are, and then you are going to press submit so I know where to look for your project at the end of the week. So for the solar project plans, you have 3 possible choices that you can choose, and I'll run through each of those 3 options right now. So let me zoom in real quick and kind of, oops, I didn't mean to do that. And kind of take it so that I can move. I messed up again. Take it over here and take it up a little bit. So our first option is the Planet project. When you're planning it, you're going to be using a software called AutoCAD, or an AutoCAD software called Tinkercad. CAD is computer-aided drafting and design, and is a field of technology that allows you to kind of create blueprints of projects instead of building the actual model right away. It's kind of like SketchUp that you guys use in Mr. Spiroff's class. Tinkercad is kind of cool because if we were to be at school and we were to have access to Mr. Spiroff's 3D printers, we could also print any of these projects to be created on a 3D printer. So in short, what you guys are going to do is you're going to create a design similar to what they're doing in this GIF to show each method and write a description of how each part will be used for the different methods of heat transfer. So step 1, make a blueprint. Step 2, describe what each part is made of. So you're going to be able to control the colors of the blocks and everything, but that doesn't mean we're necessarily going to know what it's going to be made from. Is it going to be made of cardboard? Is it going to be made of metal? Is it going to be made of tin foil? Is it going to be made of magnifying glass, whatever you guys decide you want to do. I've seen all sorts of crazy things used in here. And then finally, you're going to submit your design by leaving a link in a Google document on Google Classroom. All you need to do is press Add or Create, Google Doc, and tell me that you submitted it on Tinkercad. Now, please make sure if you're going to do the Tinkercad option, the Planet option, that you are actually joining my online Tinkercad studio, which I posted a video on Friday about. The second option that you have is the Create It option. So this is what we would have been doing had we been at school. Our next plan was that we were going to actually create, build, and test solar ovens. Now, being that we aren't at school and you guys probably don't have all the materials that we would have while we were at school, this is not going to be a requirement. It's an option for those of you who might want to try any of these. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to research, create, and test a solar oven of your own design. For that, what you're going to do is you're going to pick a design, you're going to build it, and you're going to cook something. Cook a snack and describe the experience. Talk about if it was able to heat up, if it had trouble heating up, what you would do to change it next time, what you would do to make it a little bit more effective, how you can make it a little bit easier to utilize, if it was a one-use item, what you would do to make it multi-use, because think about it, if we're using this as our only means of cooking things, you want it to be constantly reusable. So what you're going to do, build your own solar oven, gather materials that you need, and test it by cooking a snack, s'mores, nachos, something easy like that. I would not recommend cooking uncooked meat, because I don't want anyone to get sick. Describe how your design worked, where the different methods of heat transfer were used in your design, and what you would change. Then post a picture of your solar oven, and then talk about your results in either a Google Doc, Google Draw, or Google Slides. Finally, the third option that you have is the Market It plan. In this third option, you are not going to be creating or planning what a solar oven of your choice would look like. You're going to pick probably an existing design of a specific solar oven. And you're going to discuss what makes this design the best design. And you're going to try to market it to anybody who would be looking to buy a solar oven. You can come up with any way that you wish to market it, be that a video, a Google Slides presentation, a poster. If you want to create a commercial or infomercial, you can create a jingle or a dance or anything else that you can think of that can easily show why the solar oven you have chosen is the best solar oven choice on the market. So, I can't give you much guidance for this because this is more of the creative project. I want you to think of the best kind of advertising or marketing that you could possibly do and kind of move on from there. So the only other thing that I have to add to this is this final section about questions. So one of the main things that's cool about this project is being that it is a 3-part project. If you have friends and all of you guys want to do different parts of this project, chances are you guys could work together on this. You could have someone create a blueprint for it, someone actually create it, and someone come up with a marketing plan for your project. So it gives you the option to talk to friends and collaborate to work on this together. Because chances are, if you are using the same design, you're going to have to discuss how each method of heat transfer is utilized in the design. So please, if you have any questions about this project, about how to use the software, about how to come up with a way to market it, just give me a call. You can email or you can join my office hours. I'm really excited to see everyone's designs and how they utilize this project. Thank you.